Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we'll be talking about the AT&T data breach. I'm pretty sure I made reference to this in one of my past videos. So this data has been posted and reposted on the dark web for multiple times throughout the last couple of weeks, quite honestly, and there was no movement. I was questioning at what point is AT&T going to come out and say we have a problem. To give you a bit of a backstory of what has happened, so this data is back from 2020. So you're asking me, well, it's 2024, why are we talking about this data right now? Well, there's a lot of good reason, because we're talking about sensitive data, and in particular social security numbers, which do not change, or you can change, but it's an extremely painful process to change your social security number. So in light of multiple articles that I've seen online, a lot of media outlets reporting, some of them reporting 7 million. NPR had their numbers really bad. Hopefully they're going to fix that article, because it's not 7, it's over 70 million records. Over 70 million. And actually I haven't googled that yet, but I'm wondering, how many customers does AT&T have? Let's do that search real quick. How many customers? Is gonna be 241. Oh well, so just 70 million, guys. It's not that big of a deal, or is it? Yeah, it is. It's a ton. It is a ton of records that were exposed. So an official theory is that, and this is my 2 cents, this data was exploited and sold all the way back in 2020, 2021, I would say. Also, who compromised this data? Well, we'll get to that in a second. So what I feel happened is this database was sold for a lot of money in 2020, 2021, as I've previously said. Then, for whatever reasons unknown, the person, the hacker that was involved in this, decided to go ahead and why not just post everything on the dark web. So who would be the person responsible for this breach? Shiny hunters. And I've pulled up the Wikipedia page for you here. Black hat criminal hacker group that is believed to have formed in 2020. What a coincidence. And is said to have been involved in numerous data breaches. So some notorious data breaches that they have been involved in. So Mathway, I don't know what this is. Is this like a Bonobos? Like, okay. Nitro PDF, Pixlr, Mashable, Animal Jam, Pluto, Wattpad, Microsoft, Wishbone, Tokopedia, and last but not least, 70 million customers pertaining to AT&T. But if you can see here, AT&T initially denied the breach, stating that the information came from a partner service and not directly from them. So that's still up for debate. That's still we'll see. But the information that's, we'll approach that subject in just 1 second. But the information that's contained in there, and go ahead and look at all these other data breaches. You'll see that they typically include fairly sensitive information, but I think this has to be their largest breach ever. Over 70, in between 70 and 73 million, 75 million, something like that, records. So what does the data entail? Well, phone numbers, personal information, and security numbers. So let me clarify that. Actually, it is phone numbers, previous phone numbers as well, current address, previous address, social security number, date of birth, email, and phone number. Okay? Pretty much everything. Some say there were passcodes included in there. I don't know, but the idea here is that there is a lot of personal data that can be conducted, can be used for fraudulent purposes as well. Even though a couple of the fields supposedly were encrypted, news is that this type of how do I put this? News has it that everything's been decrypted, so there are no there is no data set in the database that is encrypted. Supposedly everything was decrypted, and once again, it's fairly concerning, to say the least. Very concerning. So shiny hunters took responsibility. Shiny hunters, so if you're not familiar with shiny hunters, they've taken over breach forums, and that's why I haven't pulled it up here. So if you remember Connor Fitzpatrick, Pom Pom Pern, that was the owner of breach forums. So if you don't know who Connor Fitzpatrick is and breach forums and all of that, you can definitely hop on YouTube, and I'm not sure, maybe there's a documentary on Netflix. There's a couple, maybe 3 different documentaries about him as well. You can go ahead and if you want to see kind of Fitzpatrick's story, learn about him, learn about breach forums, what was he doing, how was he caught, etc., etc. Feel free to Netflix, YouTube, whatever you can find the documentaries. But after his arrest, there was another person, Baphomet, that took ownership of the website, and then the government seized the ClearNet domain and a couple of other domains as well. I think it was literally like a few days later that the infrastructure was already set up, and the new owner was listed as Shiny Hunter or Shiny Hunters. It's a group of people or one person. It's still not clear at this point, but they're running breach forums right now, and they're supposedly responsible for this attack. So how do you know if your information was breached? So as I've mentioned, email address was exposed as well. So what you can do, and it's the only resource as of right now that I truly trust, and you can fully put in your email right here to see if they can find your email in multiple data breaches, including this one. This is my only source for now. I think there was another little database set up by a security researcher, but I wasn't able to find it. Maybe he decided to take it down for various reasons, but as of now, just put in your email address here, haveibeenpwned.com, and then you'll see all the data breaches that you've been involved with, especially put in your email that you used for your AT&T account or that you're currently using. Another observation that I want to make, the data that's in there, it is unclear if you had a ported number, meaning you were a Verizon customer, Sprint customer in the past, and you moved, if they would have your data. That is not clear. They may not have your data. You may not be involved in this breach. If you're a customer of AT&T, and I'm saying this loosely, for more than 10 years, you're definitely, I would say, the chances of you being included in this data leak would be pretty high. If you've been a customer of AT&T for under 10 years, then I would bet that your information is not here. Once again, this is your resource. Go ahead and check it out. Another question that I wanted to address as well, which would probably be another of your immediate questions, was the best way to protect my personal information. What can I do? What if somebody is out there using my phone number, social security number, impersonating my identity? So obviously, if you're not aware, you can definitely start by freezing your credit report. Not only that, but I would highly recommend for you to enroll in free credit monitoring that hopefully AT&T is going to provide. If they don't provide it, then you should just look out for credit monitoring services the credit bureaus are offering. this type of service, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, they all have credit monitoring protection. Now, again, there are third parties out there that offer the same services. I really don't know what they charge for. I just, do your own due diligence. But just remember this, nobody's unhackable. Remember, all of the credit unions that we have here in the States have been breached before, some of them multiple times. And, please be aware of that. But, your social security number, as of a few weeks ago, may be floating around, and it may have been floating around since 2021. So if nothing has happened so far, it's because probably a very limited amount of people has had access to this information. But now that it's posted on the dark web, millions of people, or hundreds of thousands, or thousands, whatever your magic number is. But rest assured that a whole lot more people will have access to this information. And my suggestion is that's pretty much the only thing you can do. It is extremely hard to change your social security number. So having a service that would report on if they've seen any dark web activity, any loans, any credit cards, anything like that, they would notify you. They would check with you first, and then they would allow the amount to go through. But that's in a nutshell, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Quite honestly, it is a pretty big deal. It is a pretty big deal, 70 plus million. And unfortunately, there's really nothing much that I can recommend to you as of right now. You can freeze your credit, get credit monitoring protection, change your, if you're into crypto or anything like that, go ahead and call AT&T and have them change your PIN number, since, the reports are that they did include the PIN number as well. If you had a PIN number set up for your account, please change it. If you never had one, please get one. And don't make it your birth date. Don't make it your birth year, because once again, that information may be publicly known also as of a few weeks ago. So try to make it a unique number. Besides that, just be vigilant. Start tracking all your credit cards. Make sure that if something pops up, make sure you report it with the credit agencies and dispute it. Of course, worst comes to worst, if you get a case where somebody tries to impersonate your identity or things like that, you can definitely escalate with your local authorities and see what happens. But that's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in the next one.